Savage Garden's latest album, Affirmation, has sold 2 million copies in Australia alone. And the boys are now preparing to hit the road again for a world tour. So Scott Bevan has this exclusive preview.
I don't think any success story is as instant, I think, as the one we had a shot at.
In a rocket made of 15 million album sales in just 3 years, Savage Garden has been to the moon, to the stars and beyond. This duo, comprising singer Darren Hayes and instrumentalist Daniel Jones, has become Australia's biggest musical export, garnering a #1 hit single in the US with Truly Madly Deeply in 1997, and then recently a second #1 with...
Having the second #1 in America was actually a bigger thrill than the first one, because the first one we just didn't quite believe it, and the second one was a real relief, and it was a real kind of encouraging pat on the back. It was like someone saying, you know, you can do this, you know, this wasn't just luck.
For Darren, it hasn't been luck, but ambition and dreams that have driven him ever since he was a kid. As Sue Lansdowne, his music teacher at Brisbane's Mabel Park High School, recalled, when Savage Garden was taking off.
I called for students to join the choir, and to my surprise I had about 100 girls and 1 boy, and the boy of course was Darren Hayes. Darren had by far the most wonderful voice.
You have to be careful for what you wish for, you know, because you know, I was 5 or 6 and wanted to do this, and suddenly I was a teenager at high school and, you know, dreamed of being a pop star.
Did you ever imagine it'd be like this?
This is pretty remarkably accurate in terms of when I was a kid and dreamed about it. What it's like is pretty much what it is.
You're a big dreamer then?
I was a big dreamer. Watch the cables. You don't want to get a perm.
Now those big dreams are being converted into a big stage show at Movie World on the Gold Coast, where Savage Garden and a production crew of 25 are preparing for the upcoming world tour.
They can isolate different colours, and there's these enormous screens that come down, and...
What's also huge is the tour cost, running into millions.
You're only 27 once. I think you only have a chance to do some things once in life, and you never know when that moment is. And I think if you have an opportunity to do it, I say, you know, take it. Just go for it.
Well, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
No, it's...
Can you feel it?
I feel most comfortable in life when I'm on stage, definitely. I don't know, when I put on the outfits and I get into the groove and they turn on the lights, I just feel I'm 10 foot tall.
Not nearly so comfortable in the limelight is the other half of Savage Garden. These days, Daniel Jones shies away from interviews. Then again, as he told me 3 years ago, when the screaming and adulation had just begun, he never sought fame.
If someone had said to me 2 years ago, this is exactly what it's going to be like, do you still want it? I'd actually have second thoughts.
I think if he could have reinvented the band, it probably would have been a solo act, because he didn't need the fame.
Darren says he can live without the attention too.
It is, because when the cameras stop rolling, you know, I'm average Joe, and I cook my dinner, and, you know, I have the same life stresses and problems that anyone would.
An average Joe who reportedly earned $30 million last year.
Yeah, actually, that $30 million in BRW is completely inaccurate, and I don't know how they come up with those figures, because if I earned that much money, then I'm being ripped off because I don't have it.
Feel free to correct it.
Well, you know, we're millionaires, definitely. It hasn't been like winning the lottery, you know. I mean, there's a certain amount of chance and luck, but there's a lot of hard work, you know, and a little bit of talent, maybe.
Savage Garden may have gone a long way, and Darren now lives far away in San Francisco. But at the moment, they're loving being back, close to family, close to where it all began.
It's surreal and beautiful and wonderful, and I just feel like a little kid again when I'm in Brisbane, especially, and I love that. Nothing really changes, and that's the way it should be at home. We don't expect to always ride the top of the pop charts, you know, just as long as we're around and people want to listen to the music, I'm up for it.
They're certainly doing okay, though. Scott Bevan reporting there. And Savage Garden's Australian tour kicks off this Friday night in Cairns. They'll also be appearing live on the Logies telecast on Sunday night.